Hey guys, welcome back to the Thompson Model Shop, and we're back here with another great issue. We actually are coming back here with issue 10 of Build the Knightrider car. How amazing is this, guys? We're moving along. We finally made it to book 10 here, and this book is going to come with all kinds of cool stuff. It's got a lot of images in it here, more for the Knightrider show. As you can see here, we got more little scenes from the show. I mean, this is great. This is really outstanding. How they show that the little stunts, the time that it did the stunt show with the little stickers on the car and everything. So right here is the meat and potatoes. So we're going to be working on some more here, mainly around the area that we were working on in the last video. So what we're going to do here real quick is we'll get back over here to our items, since we are going to be working in this area again today with our videos. So what we're going to do is we'll get onto the bench and get this ball rolling. Alright guys, so welcome to the bench, and we have another round of going. I got a little sip of my tea here, a little teacup here. Alright, so let's get this ball started here. Step one is going to call for a couple pieces here. So I have a bunch here, bunch of pieces. So I mean, they're all over the place here. So I kind of organized it a little bit here. So I'm going to move everything the way I need it, but I'm going to move this off to the side. All right, and by leaving it off to the side, that allows me to grab the piece I need. So I'm going to move this out of the way here. Okay, some of it's going to be off screen, that's okay, but we have this, so I'm going to kind of just slightly move it off the screen. We're going to focus on just this here, our steering center link. Okay, and the way that we have this set up is very unique. So we have to put on these two pieces. So we're just going to go ahead and put these two pieces on. They're going to be held in by GM screws. Okay, so I have it kind of set up. We've already got step one done, and that's completed. And now we're going to come over here and we're going to grab 10C and 10A. All right, and those pieces basically going to line up along here, with the long end being on the outside of each of them. And so they'll just set up, oops, wrong way. They'll set up just like so, and then we're going to put them right here, and we're going to be holding those in with LM screws. Alright, so a little bit of painstaking time and effort. We have all the pieces now in line with what we need. So with steps 1 and 2 completed, you end up with this. So now what we need to do is attach these said pieces. So in order to attach them, you have a circle side and a square side, and if you did it right, you would know, because then the square side and the circle side will line up. So we're just gonna take these, put them inside. We're gonna load them up right here and get that going for us. And it looks like we're doing pretty good so far. So that's an added bonus. Alright. So with that being said, we have those locked into place. And the next thing that we have to do is now line them up to the respective places that they will be going. So for right now, that's going to be right here. You're going to line up there, and the other one is going to line up with this one. So isn't that pretty fancy, guys, right? So in these, apparently you're going to be lining them up with basically 3H. All right, so 10A and 3H will line up just as you see here, and we will be then putting in screws for these to get them into place. So this is going to be quite the adventure. So without further ado, I'm going to go get my GM screws and a DM screw. And the DM screw will be going into the circle side, and the GM screw will be going into the gear head box over here for our steering wheel column. If your tire is like this, don't worry, because you'll be able to put it right back into place. No big worry there. If I have any issues, we'll come back and I'll show you how we fix that issue. Okay, so with those already done in, now we're going to work on getting some DMs that's going to go right inside here and excuse me, right on over here. So we're going to line that right on up, and we're going to go get those DM screws right out of our trusty bag here. And look at that, just like that, the DM screws are in, and we're looking pretty good for now. So our next adventure for this is going to be step 5. In step 5, we have a nice long little piece here, okay? And we're going to be adding some pieces to this. So the things that we're going to be adding are going to be these 2 tiny little black things here. So we're going to add that to this little recoil looking thing. But this one here is the anti-roll bar link, and then the front end of the anti-roll bars where these little black pieces will go. There is a little lip, so you know exactly where and when or how far in to put them. Once you take that, you take a BP screw for each side, and you're going to put the BP screws in on the top half. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this together and then show you the end product, and then we're going to later on attach it to said frame. And there it is, guys. The pieces are on and the anti-roll bar is ready to be placed. So we're going to go on to step 6 here. Okay, so there's a little bit of a hiccup on how you do this. So I had to redo a couple things, but there's a lip and everything, and then these fit right in place, and then you're going to take these little brackets here and you're going to place them in. So first things first, what they want you to do in this step here for step 6 is make sure that the little lips, these little pieces here, are lined up, so that way when you put it inside it's good to go. And so I wanted you to see how this one's off a little bit, so you gotta make sure that it's lined up just straight, so it comes straight at you and everything, so you have them facing in the same direction, and that is towards the towards like the away part. So that's what these little pieces up here are for. They're like little pieces here that's sticking out, and those pieces are gonna go into here. All right, and then of course this one's gonna get braced down. So when you put it in, you're gonna kind of want to put it underneath and in between where the spring is. Now that just seems kind of weird to me, but you know what, hey, just gonna follow the instructions, maybe it'll make sense. So first things first is I have to take the BP screws, okay, and I gotta put one in here, one in here. Once I do that, then I come over here, and that'll be in step 7, where I take these brackets and place them over it to hide the anti-roll bars. Okay, so with them in place, now we can place our brackets on, which is step 7, and these are all held in by GM screws. So I have all my GM screws here. I'm gonna go ahead, put these 4 screws in, come back, show you guys all the work completed there for step 7. Okay, so as I'm finishing up here, putting in these little brackets, it is a little bit of a pain, but that's okay. You know, it's because I'm not using the oil like most people would do for these GM screws and stuff, so that's fine, that's fine. Do a quick little double check, make sure, Alright, make sure everything is still ducks in a row here, and here we are. We are now completed with stage, or step 7 I should say, not stage, it's step 7. So now we're going to go to step 8. Step 8, we're going to be able to put this aside for a second, because I want to show you guys real quick how it's 3 tubes, and then we have this piece with 3 points. So step 8 is really just taking all 3 of these, putting them on, and making sure that we put the right ones in the right place, because this one here is going to be 10J, then you got 10I, 10H is here, and L is going to be on this side. So we got to make sure that which ones we put, because they all have separate lengths, even a millimeter or what, but they have separate lengths. As you can see here, they do all have one long one, and then we have the 2 short ones. So I just want to make sure that, you know, my 2 short ones go out of the same place, and then my long one goes into the right place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to put all 3 of these together, and then I'll show you exactly where they're going to be placed for this particular item right here, 10H. Alright, which would be our brake distributor. Okay, so now that we have all these done, the J was the longest one, and we have our 10I and 10I. Apparently there's 2 of them. I know I said before it looked like L, but that's me reading this book a little differently. But it's just I. Alright, so we have those in there, and then we have J. So just remember that J is on this side, and then the upper one is an I, and the one here is an I. And so what they want us to do is this one, okay, is going to be on the other side of our little wheelbase frame here. And as you can see, it's got a little lip right there. So I'm going to use my little spatula pointer for right now, and we're going to put it right here. Now this little piece is going to come right through that little lip there, okay? And just remember, the upper circle area is what's going inside here, and the opening is the side that's going to be facing out, and you're going to be placing a GM screw in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my GM screw, and once I grab that, then we're going to go here and we're going to put it together, and then I'll show you the end result. So there we have it, guys. Our pieces are there, and we have our wires and everything, our cables, you know, brake line cables, they're all right here. Alright, now they say that there's a spot where we're going to be connecting these brake lines. So for one side, we're going to bring them in, and they want us to run it through, you know, we're going to run it through here on this side, and it's going to attach to the brakes that we installed on that tire. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to run it through real quick. All right, and it shows that it goes through here, out through the other side. So we're going to bring it right on through. Okay, I'll bring it right on through. Okay, don't think it goes. Goes right through that spot. I don't think it goes through. Alright. So there you have it, folks. The cable goes right on through, and it doesn't interfere with anything, and it's going to go kind of like right through there. Is the way I found it working for us. So without further ado, that part is all complete. Okay, a little, like we call here in the shop here, a little frago was conducted. I realized that I put this in the wrong way. I didn't realize that the flat side here had to be facing the other direction. That was a bad call, because the 2 short ones need to come through here. There's not supposed to be any real big slack here, so I noticed something was a little awry, but yet again, we are going to do the same thing we did a minute ago, and we're going to put this right over here, just like that, so we know that that's going somewhere else. and that this piece and these cables are actually going to the correct tires that they're supposed to. Now once we get the this brake pad put on, then it'll connect right into here into this little lip, and that's when we'll be able to do all that. But that is it. That is the only little mistake we've caught ourselves in today. And so we're going to move on to the next event. Ladies and gentlemen, as book 10 is now completed, here's the last page of book 10. And with that last page, this is what we end up with. We end up with it discussing about the dashboard, and if you look here, they show some really good pictures of the dashboard there. So that's really cool. And then another image of the car here, and that's really cool. So I just wanted to let you guys see that and whatnot. We didn't want to leave you hanging, but our dashboard's going to come very close to looking like this once you guys see it all put together. I did some magic work behind the scenes for that. But that is it for book 10. So without further ado, let's put all this aside and bring in book 11 so we can complete the video, right? Okay, and welcome back, guys. Look what we have today. Look at that. It's great to know that we are now at the halfway mark of this video. So here it is, book 11. Book 11, we start off with our usual, where it's loads of pictures here. All right, we got our pictures of Devin here, Michael Knight and Devin, or David Hasselhoff and Devin, because I don't remember how to pronounce his real name. But, you know, hey, that's cool stuff. More photos, you know, get to see all these different things going on. And so that's a lot. I'll let you guys read this on your own convenience at your home when you're enjoying the model. But without further ado, what everybody came here for, the meat and potatoes. The meat and potatoes. We're starting to work here in the center half of the KITT mobile. Looks like we're going to have our classic center section and our classic center section cover, and a few other miscellaneous pieces as they list here on the end. And we're going to start putting them together. So guess what time it is, guys? Time to go back down here to the bench and put all this stuff together. Right, would you look at this, guys? Look at that. Here's our centerpiece here. It's made out of pretty much a plastic type deal. Got a few other plastic pieces, but our main metal piece is right here, guys. Look at that. Hear that sound? That's cool, right? Look at that solid metal piece right here. That's a good base piece here, you know, for the vehicle. And I think this is gonna look really great. So no scratches, no blemishes, no nothing. And the bottom, I mean, wow. If we can get a mirrored, like a nice mirror base for this, I think this would look really great. But you know, that's really cool. We got a few little things, looks like some wear and tear there, but that's okay. Put some character on this sucker. I mean, goodness gracious, right? So without further ado, what we have to do is we got to take our little plastic piece here, and we're going to place it in, okay, like so. There's only one direction it can go in, okay, unless you want to try it the other way, which, you know, it's not going to work there, bud. So that's cool, right? So we're just going to place it on in here. I'm going to screw it down, and once we screw this sucker down and have everything set up, then we'll put our little GM screws in there, and I'll show you guys it all completed here in just a few seconds. Okay, so our centerpiece here is now screwed in, lined up, all set, good to go. Yippee-ki, or yippee-ki yay. All right, so then we're going to take our 11C here, okay, which we have two of them, but we're going to take 11C, and we have to flip this over, okay, and the way that they have it is you flip it over, and you're going to be placing it into place right along what seems to be like a little piece back here. See this little blip here, and we're going to load it up on here. Now, I don't know what it's for. My guess is there's another cable and it's just gonna run along here. Just my guess here, okay? So, and it says brake line follower, so we're just gonna slide that little sucker in, but the way that it goes is that it has to line up on the other side. So when you put it in, make sure that the fat top end of the car goes towards that side, and then your screw will go for this one. So real quick, I'm just going to place it into place, and you'll see how it fits in there real nice. And we once again will be using a GM screw. That's it for step 2. Look at this, we're moving along real quick with this this half of the model. So I'm going to move on here to page 8, which then tells us to go to step 3. And step 3 now is we're going to the other end, which is right over here, to this little section. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing we did before with, of course, a GM screw. So I'll get one more of those. We'll set it right up, and we'll get going. And there it is, guys. We're doing really good. We're doing really good here. So obviously we got one more plastic piece, right? So you're probably wondering to yourselves, hey, where does that go? So I'm going to answer your questions for you. All right, this time we're going to come back around. So I'm going to flip it back over to this side. And apparently we are going to be sticking this particular item, okay? It has a tiny hole here, all right? So a little tiny hole here and a bigger hole here. Obviously that's going to be the one for our screw, and the tiny hole is going to be a little guide rod that's sticking out of there. So we're going to do that. We're going to place it in here. All right, oops, I guess it's not going to be as easy as I thought with my fat fingers. So we're just going to line it right up. Oh, okay guys, so a little bit of painstaking agony there, as you saw. Had to go a little off the camera on this one. I was going to show you how cool and easy it would be, but there it is with our BP screw put in place, and our little 11D, okay, which is our fuel filter. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, so now we have to go on to step 5. Okay guys, so with step 5, there's 2 things we got to do. So we're going to be taking our centerpiece and then our frame that we just started and got pretty far on it, I would say. We now have to take this piece, flip it over, okay? Obviously the wide opening side, you're going to want it facing towards the engine, okay? So what we're going to do is make it kind of cool is we got our little steering rod here and everything. So I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to flip this over, okay? And I'm going to slide it into place. So once I slide this into place, we should be pretty solid and good to go. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to slide it right into place. Okay, it fits nice and snug in its little home right here. Okay, so we are very snug in there. And I've already pre-prepped some EM screws. So we're going to take these little EM screws and slide one in there, prep that, and we're going to slide the next EM screw in there, into the other side. Okay, that way we have kind of like a solid thing, because we're going to have to flip this over and put 2 more EM screws into this. Okay, actually I stand corrected, we're not flipping it over. I am sorry I said that. But we have 1, 2 here, and then we have to get another EM screw, which is going to go right in here. I'm going to turn that just a little, get it locked in. Okay, so get that nice piece locked in there. All right, a couple turns, maybe like 4 or 5 turns, just to get it in there. That way you can do all your tightening later, after you've gotten all the screws in. And once all the screws are in, then you just kind of start screwing it in. All right, so you want to make sure that they're all snug. So I'm going to go ahead and and not bore you with screwing these screws in. I'm going to get all 4 of these in. Okay guys, so here we have it. Everything completed for both stages 10 and 11. Okay, so like I said in the previous video, we are going to do 2 books at a time, and that'll be coming out on a regular basis until we get either caught up to what I have, or until I think that we need to dwindle it down. But this journey though is going to take us a while to get this car together. I wish it was like a plastic model where you got like a week or like a month or something. But these metal projects, they are very extensive. They take a while. But I'm excited that you guys are here on us with this journey here in the model shop, because these metal ones are a lot more to do than the plastic models. So just to recap for you though, we still have our brake pad here and everything. We cannot attach it yet till we get that tire in. Really kind of hoping to get you guys by at least 11 that it would have a tire included into it, but I guess we're not getting it. It's probably because people were complaining that this one was a little hard to put together because the tire was already there. So we've done all the work around the tire, so I'm hoping the tire comes real soon, because once you have this set up, it more likely seems like the engine is like your next thing to want to do. But with KITT, it just seems to be a little different, because with our Ecto 1, we started along with like the engine and everything, and kind of built our, and it seems like we're building from the front here to the back, and then we're going to be putting some more stuff with the Ecto 1. But with this knightrider car, it's quite the adventure, folks. So for now, we're going to leave everything as is, and we hope you here, folks, watching this video have enjoyed the thing. And as you can see, we're kind of picking up on a little bit of sense of humor, because some of this stuff seems to be a little redundant, and I don't like to bore people a lot. So without further ado, I just want to say thank you for stopping by the Thompson Model Shop. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit the like button. If you don't, you can hit the thumbs down. No hard feelings, it's just business, guys. All right, we're just a model shop here. We just build models. We try to have a good little time, have some fun doing it along the way. You're gonna get your haters, people that don't like what they're seeing. I mean, it's gonna happen, folks. So just enjoy the ride with us here at the Thompson Model Shop as we try our first year at posting our stuff on YouTube for you guys at home to watch. Don't forget, if you do enjoy everything and you want to share with your friends or something like that, or you just have something you want to share in general, by all means, hit the share button. But for you guys who are just new to the channel and you just saw this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe. There's many more other videos that will be coming out here in the coming weeks. And I wouldn't mind having you guys come on back and check us out here at the Thompson Model Shop as we expand even more each video. So go ahead, have a great time, and glad to see you guys join us here at the shop for you first timers that have stopped by the shop. And hope to see you guys here on our next video here with the knightrider car from the knightrider TV series in 1984. So without further ado, I'm going to bid you guys adieu here, and we'll see you on the next video. And for all you fellas out there and ladies out there that are building models, don't be shy. Go ahead and post your stuff too, or share a comment with us. And like I always tell you guys, keep on modeling.